India has launched its third trip to the Moon with the goal of being the first to set foot near the planet's understudied South Pole. At 14:35 on Friday, 9:05 Greenwich Mean Time, the Chandrayaan 3 spacecraft, which included an orbiter, lander, and rover, launched from Sriharikota. On August 23, 24, the lander is scheduled to arrive at the Moon. If successful, India will join the United States, the former Soviet Union, and China as the only other nations to make a soft landing on the Moon. Thousands of spectators gathered in the viewers' gallery to see the launch, and pundits hailed the rockets, majestic, soaring in the sky. Both the onlookers and the scientists cheered and applauded enthusiastically when the liftoff occurred. There were roars of Bharat Mata Ki Jai, which means, victory to Mother India, coming from every nook and cranny of the hall. Sridhara Panika Samanath, the head of the Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, made his initial remarks after the successful launch, stating that Chandrayaan 3 had started its journey towards the Moon. The Chandrayaan has been placed in a precise orbit around the Earth by launch vehicle. According to a tweet from ISRO, the spacecraft's health is normal. Chandrayaan 3, according to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, scripted a new chapter in India's space odyssey. It soars high, raising the aspirations and desires of each Indian. This outstanding accomplishment is evidence of scientists' unwavering commitment. Chandrayaan 3, the third mission in India's lunar exploration program, is anticipated to build on the accomplishments of its predecessors. It comes 13 years after the nation's first moon mission in 2008, which conducted the first and most detailed search for water on the lunar surface and established the Moon has an atmosphere during daytime. The July 2019 launch of Chandrayaan 2, which also included an orbiter, a lander, and a rover, was only partially successful. Even now, the orbiter is still circling and studying the Moon, but the lander rover crashed upon touchdown since it was unable to make a soft landing. A last-minute glitch in the braking system was the cause. In order to correct the bugs, the data was meticulously examined from the previous accident and ran simulation tests. Same goals as Chandrayaan 2, which weighs 3,900 kilograms and costs 6.1 billion rupees, equivalent to $75 million or 58 million pounds, are to achieve a gentle landing on the Moon's surface. The 26 kilograms rover, named Pragyan, which in Sanskrit means wisdom, is carried inside the lander, which is named Vikram after the founder of Indian Space Research Organisation and weighs roughly 1,500 kilograms. The spacecraft will enter the Moon's orbit between 15 and 20 days after lifting off on Friday the 14th of July 2023. Over the following 3 weeks, scientists will start slowing down the rocket to a speed that will enable Vikram to land gently. If all goes according to plan, the six-wheeled rover will then eject and wander around the Moon's surface, gathering important information and photographs that will be transmitted back to Earth for study. The rover is carrying 5 instruments that are focused on learning more about the tectonic activity beneath the Moon's surface, the atmosphere near the surface, and the physical properties of the Moon's surface, hoping to discover something novel. There is a chance that there is water in locations that are continually shadowed because the south pole of the Moon is still mostly unexplored and its darkened surface area is significantly larger than that of the North Pole. In 2008, water was found for the first time on the Moon by Chandrayaan 1 close to the South Pole. Because the equatorial zone, which is safe for landing, has already been reached and there is a wealth of data for that. A new area, like the South Pole, must be explored if we are to make a significant scientific discovery. The landing there carries higher risks. Information from the Chandrayaan 2 disaster has been collected and analyzed and has assisted in correcting all of the mission's bugs. The orbiter from Chandrayaan 2 has been providing lots of very high-resolution images of the landing spot, and the data has been well studied, so came to know how many boulders and craters are there. Now, we have widened the domain of landing for a better possibility. The lander and rover's batteries would need sunlight to be able to charge and work, thus the landing would have to be absolutely precise to begin a lunar day. A lunar day is equivalent to 14 days on Earth. The Moon mission was conceived in the early 2000s as a fascinating project to attract talent at a time when the Indian IT industry was booming and the majority of technology graduates desired careers in the software sector. Chandrayaan 1's success was helpful in that regard. Since India's space program became a source of pride, working for Indian Space Research Organisation is now regarded as quite respectable. However, the bigger objective of India's space program encompasses science and technology and the future of humanity. There is increasing interest in the Moon on a global scale, not just in India. And experts claim there is still a lot to learn about the Moon, which is frequently referred to as a gateway to deep space. If we want to develop the Moon as an outpost, a gateway to deep space, then we need to carry out many more explorations to see what sort of habitat we will be able to build there with the locally available material and how will we carry supplies to our people there. Therefore, the ultimate goal of India's probes is that when the Moon, which is currently 360,000 kilometers away from Earth, becomes an extension of that continent, we won't just be passive observers. Instead, we'll have an active, safe life there. We need to keep working towards that, and Chandrayaan 3's success will be a big step in that direction. Thanks for watching the content. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Signing off for now. See you with some more interesting facts.